Big P here. I'm with the main man. You know who it is. You know. How you doing, Terry?
Mate, you know me, man. I just made my 32 egg omelette, so feeling good.
32 egg omelette. Go on, lad. Well, we've got an exclusive, Terry. So I'm not going to jazz it out, but I'll give Welcome Estates and Sparta Demolition a shout out. But it appears the word around the campfire, the quiet whisper that nobody's mentioned about, is that Tyson Fury and John Fury and Tommy, although I can't imagine Tommy being in any negotiations. He was just sat there with a bottle of Coca-Cola, only and a straw. But they've all been sat there trying to cut a deal with Saudis for themselves moving forward. How's about that for an exclusive?
Ooh, that. Ooh,
Ooh, what did I say a few years ago when he signed with Bricktop? I said this will end up in High Court. What do you think, Terry? Are they big enough to go on their own?
so then we got to unpick the different layers of this, right? Layer one is, do the Saudis want to be doing business with a guy who is a known drug user, either in the past, present, or whatever, a known drinker, past, present, whatever. He's said some stuff that's off brand, and I think you can deal with Top Rank, you can deal with Queensbury because they're companies, right? So you can kind of swerve all of that scrutiny that comes with it, where they just say, look, we're just putting on a fight. It's not just Tyson Fury. When you put the Furies front and center, I think you've got to do fit and proper tests that I don't know if these guys would pass. So I don't know if the deal can happen that way. Is he big enough to do it, Russ? Fury's got, let's strip this away, right? 4 meaningful fights tops. Joyce, Usyk, Joshua, another one with Wilder just to see if anything would be different. That they're the only fights you want to see Fury have now.
Yeah.
So he's really looking to cash out. He doesn't need a promoter. Like Joshua doesn't need a promoter.
Well, they're talking $500 million he wants to get out at game with Tyson, so it's reachable for him, that, isn't it? And I mean, if they go solo, I personally think that they could pull it off. His dad's not a cabbage, is he? They get it, don't they? This media game, don't they? They get
It's
it.
not so much that, it's what's the value that Saudi Arabia is going to get out of Tyson Fury. This is the mistake people make in boxing, and it annoys me. They assume that boxing's that important to everyone that they'll just pay loads of money to have Tyson Fury there. Not true, right? If I'm paying out $500 million to Tyson Fury, can he generate me 750 million back? That's the only question Saudi Arabia will be asking. Because otherwise they could just get Joshua. They could get anyone else in. Fury's not he's not a rare commodity. That's why it's easier to deal with Top Rank. It's easier to deal with Matchroom because that deal can carry on for 10 years, 20 years. Fury's got 4 more fights left. So he doesn't call the shots. So
Well,
I don't see him coming out with, if he makes 40 million a fight out of a Saudi deal, he's done well.
well, they reckon they're worth more than that, don't they now?
Based on what though?
Well, Big John's running around saying they sold Tottenham out on their own and had no help, and they're capable of selling arenas out worldwide.
They had no help.
Well, Dylan White, they're saying, didn't help them when they fought him. Well, that Wembley won it, that one, and Tottenham, they've told that one, which is already.
So the whole Queensbury machine, the whole BT machine, all that, getting them people on talks, all of that stuff, all the people behind the scenes who actually do the work, they're not important.
Well, if they think they can go solo, they're going to need a big team around of experts, aren't they?
Yeah, who wants to? Do you want to run that team? No one wants to run that team.
Well, I mean, they've got this far, haven't they, on merit?
But what? How far though, Russ? Let's really start to strip this down. How far?
You don't need that many people, do you? It's just logistical, isn't it? Obviously, they're not logistical, but they'll get the right people around. And why should they share 20% when we're talking millions and millions and millions? They could be handing out 100 million over the next 3 years in commissions to promoters. So why would they want to share that if they're big enough on their own?
But you're a guy that believes that you should pay your trainer 10% of whatever you earn, right?
Yeah, but they won't be, will they?
No, agreed. I just don't think they're worth that. I think the Fury brand's a diminishing brand. The fact that they can't negotiate this Usyk fight, it tells you that they're greedy. I just think, and as much look, I'm a fan of Tyson Fury, the boxer. I don't have Stiggs showing up at my front door, to be honest with you, mate. So I will be on brand and say I love Fury.
Yeah.
But people need to pull their heads out their backsides, right? They're on a gravy train that has been created by others.
Yeah.
They need to have enough respect for that. Like, these Saudis have very sophisticated people around them, because there are far more intelligent people trying to get that oil money out of Saudi Arabia than the Furies. I promise you. You have the best of the British aristocracy in Saudi.
Yeah.
I know a lad now who's in Saudi, old Etonian, went to school with William and Harry. Do you know what I mean? That's connections. That's valuable for Saudi Arabia. I mean, the Furies aren't.
Yeah, but you say, though, looking at it from outset, started with Mick Hennessy, and he got them to where they needed to be, then moved on to Bricktop, and Aram, they've got them where they wanted to be. And Endgame could be them taking out loot for themselves, couldn't it? I mean, they're not daft, are they? There's no love lost between any of them. If you're not blood, there's no down, is there?
Nah, but like I say, I keep saying this, like, we're applying fucking scaffolder thinking to very sophisticated people. You're talking about a nation that sits on trillions of dollars worth of oil, Russ.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You're talking about a nation that took its time when buying Newcastle, because they had to make sure they could make money back on the other side, so they negotiated the price down. This is not a stupid organization. So when you talk about $500 million, that's Newcastle United plus 50%, Russ. The Furies are bigger than that.
Well, you've got to look at it like this. If they think they can go solo, it's not that hard to put the right team around if you're paying everybody, or you bring them in and give them a slice. I'm sure they could pull it off. They've got this far, haven't they?
Off the backs of other people.
Yeah, well, they're not bothered about that. The brass necks on these people. It's called prize fight.
Okay, Russ, let's say you're a podcaster and you've got a deal with Spotify. Yeah, you're not going to jump on and go, I'm going to go and work for the Furies, are you? Because Spotify would be like, well, if you go there, you can't come back. And so a lot of people in boxing who have the right connections, they'll be thinking, well, Fury's only got 4 fights left. Like, Bob ain't going to take me back if I'm involved in this sort of shenanigan. No. I think they're talking a good game. I don't think the Saudis will want to deal with them. Like I said, those Saudis are very intelligent people. People just assume that they're Arabs and they're stupid. These are people that went to Harvard. These are people that went to Cambridge. These are people who have worked for some of the best organizations. They've worked on transactions worth billions. They don't give 2 shits about Tyson Fury. It means nothing to them. Now, let me repeat this again. It means nothing to them. Boxing's a small sport in the Middle East. Boxing's a small sport in the Muslim community. Boxing's a small sport globally. It means nothing to them. Tyson Fury doesn't help the Saudi Arabia geopolitical agenda at all. He's going out with his begging bowl. This idea that they call the shots, they're going with their begging bowl, because everyone's going to Saudi with their begging bowl right now. Please, sir, may we have some more?
Sam Jones loves that Saudi, doesn't he?
Look, all these little rats can sniff the cheese.
Sniff the cheese.
They can, right? But Russ, look, you may as well just be saying to the Saudis, look, I'll take all your cars off your hands. I'll sell them over here. You could offer them that. And if they think there's value in that, this Borky Ras, he's a good man, good, solid man. He can do deal. They'll do a deal with you. If you can show value to the Saudis on anything, they'll do a deal with you. So the Furies have to show there's value in it. Like, Tyson Fury is not going to elevate the brand of Saudi Arabia. He's not.
Yeah.
You mean you can dress up as a Muslim as much as you want. You can do this. You can do that. You can pay lip service to Islam, which I've noticed he started to do.
Yeah.
But they see through all of this.
What do you think? No, sorry, go on. Sorry, go on. Sorry.
They're trying to work out what is the biggest bang we can get for our money in terms of sport, right? So football's very expensive, but they've dipped their toe in Newcastle. They dipped their toe with the Joshua fight, but as we found out, like, it's not a boxing country. Like, the atmosphere there was terrible, and it was basically a jolly for loads of people, right? It was a jolly. The Saudis will look at those numbers and realize they wasted a lot of money just flying out washed up boxers for no reason, because none of the people who were watching the fight particularly cared whether Mike Tyson was there or not. Who cared? If you're a Jake Paul fan, you don't particularly care who Mike Tyson is or who Vander Holyfield is.
Yeah. Yeah, you don't. But do you feel that Derek embarrassed himself going out there?
Nah, because Derek Chisora is doing what every boxer should do. It's business development.
Yeah.
Anytime Chisora's in front of a camera, he's extending his reach.
Yeah, some of the questions they put to Derek, he was struggling to come out with. He didn't even know we were fighting or what area he were in, did he? What village?
No, he doesn't. And so this is what I mean. The Saudis see through all of this. What they'll say is, yeah, we did this Tommy Fury thing. The numbers aren't, from what I'm hearing, the numbers aren't what people think they are.
Yeah,
these are not big numbers.
I've heard the poor, but Bricktop's saying it's doing very well, but they're not releasing numbers, are they?
No. I mean, the amount the Saudis will pay for that isn't that big.
Yeah.
A lot of this money you'll find is coming out of the promotional bucket.
What were they talking a million buys for it? It wouldn't have done that, will it?
Mm-hmm. Globally, maybe.
But not in UK. They were talking UK. Yeah, we're looking at it in a million. I can't see it doing a million. Can you?
No, I don't know anyone who paid for it.
You know what I mean? But you know what you're on about everybody going out there. Well, Wilder were out there, wasn't he?
Begging bowls. Everyone had the begging bowl.
John Fury were coming out with stuff like "What a great country" and all that.
Begging bowls.
They throw gay people off top of buildings, don't they?
Right. So I'm just going to share my view here, right? And one day this will come back to haunt me. I said it about Qatar. I've said it about the UAE. I'll say it about Saudi. If you're going to be gay, it is probably better for you to be gay there than it is here. I don't care what anyone says. The number of people who have been killed in this country for being gay or lesbian is ridiculous. We haven't solved the problem here. We have a Premier League of 20 football clubs. Not one openly gay footballer is amongst them. We shouldn't be criticizing Saudi Arabia for a damn thing. Our country's a mess too. And I'm not saying that to kick Britain when it's down. What I'm saying is there are convenient media narratives that are portrayed in this world. And what I do know about the Middle East is it's a country of mind your own business. Yeah. But Russ, you could go out there with your partner in Saudi. You can't hold hands in public anyway. So how would you know if someone's gay or straight if you can't display affection in public?
Oh yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Do you see what I mean? Whereas here, because you can, it's a big clue. And there's some very horrible homophobic people in the United Kingdom. Loads. And if there weren't, then every Premier League club would have a gay football and the fans would be cheering their support. But they don't.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy, isn't it? But if they do go all the way and go solo, do you see there being high court action between them all?
Depends what's in the contract, Russ.
Yeah.
It just depends entirely what's in the contract. If we're saying that Tyson's done all of his fights with Frank and Bob, which I have a feeling he has, because do you remember when he signed that 6-fight deal for 80 million ages ago?
Yeah. Well, them
he must have done it.
Them fights are gone now, aren't they? Yeah.
Yeah, so what's the new deal? We don't know what the new deal is. It might be a fight-by-fight contract. And the thing is, Fury's too valuable now to be putting a gun to his head.
Well, he's bigger than Joshua now, isn't he? Fury worldwide.
No.
I think he is.
Hell no. I'll put it to you now, Russ. Go through all your videos and line the ones up about Joshua, line the ones up about Fury. Tell me what the numbers tell you.
Yeah, I understand that with numbers, but I just think he's out there more than Joshua. Then should I say he's every day they get the fix, don't they? They're out there every single day. Him and his dad and Tommy, aren't they?
To the same people though, like to the same narrow group of people.
Yeah,
When
Joshua's
Anthony
not
Joshua
out there
comes
every
out,
day, is he? Joshua's not out there every day.
but when he does come out, his stuff does ridiculous numbers.
Yeah,
But it's also, here's the difference. Joshua crosses over to the women as well. Fury doesn't. Joshua's just, he's a bigger beast. And I know I'm going to get rinsed in the comments for what I'm about to say, Russ, but I do it because deep down I like to see the Herberts and the Normans get upset. Boxing is better when Joshua's winning. Boxing is better when Eddie Hearn is winning.
yeah.
Whatever we think of our opinion of these people, that's what the numbers tell us. More people watch boxing stuff when Joshua's on the up.
Yeah, yeah. Where do you see Eddie's role now then? Because I mean, Maxi User's not with him now, is he? And he's cut his own deal with somebody else. I'm not
Who's
sure.
he with?
Well, we don't know, do we? They're going to make an announcement, but Steffi Bull came out on Boxing King Media saying that they've gone in a different direction now because they didn't accept the Eddie offer. So, and if Dalton Smith don't fight on 29th, Terry Harper's not going to fight in Sheffield, is she? She's on undercard. So Steffi's in limbo, isn't he?
Wow. So Maxie Hughes, the man that boxing forgot. So I don't necessarily think that's a loss to Eddie. I don't particularly think.
I don't agree with how they've treated Maxi Hughes. I reckon Eddie should have got him a big fight. He's beat Galahad.
Big fight against who?
Well, I don't know, but he's beat Galahad and he's been in big.
Wait. Okay, no. I'm with you. But who's Eddie got the kind of pull to get a fight with? Who could he have got him to fight?
I don't know, but when he's not tying Lee Wood up with 2 death sentence fights, and well, you get 2 bites at cherry. You know I mean?
Wait, stop. No, stop.
Well, you saw his performance against Conlan, didn't he, Eddie? And he thought, I think it's time to take Lee Wood to meat market. Do you know what I mean? Well, that's how it looks to me. Don't worry, Lee. You've got Lara next, but it's okay. Ben says it's all right. And I've got you 2 bites at the cherry, son. It's about the Benjamins. That's what he said to him, isn't it? Are you there, Terry?
But I'm just taking a second to appreciate the classic content right here. That's brilliant.
What? I'm just saying.
Two death sentences. Thank you. That's made my weekend, Russ. That has literally made my weekend.
Well, if Conlan's dropping him and he's 35 next birthday, you know, time's knocking on, isn't it? You know what I mean?
But you're right though. No, you're 100% right. Eddie's smart though. He knew that he could muddy the waters of that Conlan performance and make out like Lee Wood was winning the whole fight. But we know that Mick Conlan just got tired. That's what happened in that fight. As when Mick had the energy, it was easy. When he had no energy, it was hard. And Mick Conlan's not the biggest or strongest featherweight by any stretch of the imagination. Lee Wood doesn't beat Isaac Dogbo in my eyes. That's so he's one of these guys that I call them just world British champions.
Yeah.
That's what he is. And there's nothing wrong with that because look, Lee was the guy that lost to Jazza Dickens. So to be in this position, I salute him. I applaud that. I respect what he's achieved actually. But I don't think Lara's that good either. I think Lara is that kind of a guy who can fight for a world title, but wouldn't be dominant as a world champion. But Eddie wants to portray Lara as some kind of killer now because he beat Warrington and Lee Wood, and you're like, really?
Well, his KO percentage doesn't suggest he's a killer, does it?
No, that's what I'm saying to you. He's doing what Linares did and what Canelo did. He's just doing like a world British tour and just hoovering up the money. You know, like when you play Sonic the Hedgehog and you used to just get those coins or the rings, whatever they were.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah. All right then. Dennis has got in with BBC.
Good. Good. That's a homecoming that we needed.
Dennis was the last guy to put a show on with BBC with a Clinton fight 20 years ago. And about 8 years ago, You remember when Rico helped me word that thing to BBC to the guy at BBC at Salford?
Yeah, I was about to give you your flowers, Porky, and say you might have been the orchestrator.
Dennis must be giving me some commission off this, surely, if he's in with BBC, because it was me that chased it down, and Rico helped me word it, didn't he? So when we went to see him at BBC, I thought it got on all right, but then Dennis started telling all these tales about greyhounds and Terry Curran, and that he had some at bubbling and that, and I thought they were a bit young set then, and they were more interested in numbers and who does numbers. You know, it's stable, Dennis had. But maybe things have changed in 8 years, and maybe they've looked at Fight Zone and thought, we'll do something with him. So they're over at moment. He's in a good position now, Dennis, isn't he?
Well, he's got a good relationship with Hannah Rankin. He's got a good relationship with Kirsty Babington, who I think are two people with really like compelling stories, and they can have a row in the ring, right? So you've got leverage from that side.
Yeah.
You got some of those cards he's done on Fight Zone, right? Now, look, I'll say this: him and Carl Greaves, like when I look at their shows, like they're just a couple of names away from being able to put that on TV. They're the two guys, like if you look at guys who are like I think are off the beaten track, who have got shows that could go on that sort of platform, those two guys have got a lot of talent under their management and supervision. So yeah, good luck to Dennis. I'm happy for him, delighted for him, in fact.
Yeah.
And hopefully it's successful.
Well, it's BBC iPlayer, but that's like a pilot thing. If it does good, they might get a slot on BBC. Then they are back in mix, aren't they?
But look, you don't even need it though. Like once you're on iPlayer, man, you're there. Like I don't even have to see it live. I can catch up on it.
Yeah, that's
so you can point people to that and go and watch this.
Yeah. So it's all good stuff. Hey, listen, White Rhino on BBC and Max. Max on BBC. What's happening? There's no flies on Max.
I'd love to see Max promoting himself on Blue Peter or whatever they've got now.
Max and Periao, two worlds collide. Right then. Well, listen, it's been great having you on this morning, Terry. Hope you're well. Have a great.
All right, pal, you too.
And I'll speak soon.
All right, have a good weekend.
Cheers, pal. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Well, that was Terry Chapandama from London. You know, he's a banker. Yeah, I know a banker. Hey, Jesus, good that, isn't it? Okie dokie. Everybody have a great weekend. Don't you be having nightmares, Bricktop. Peace out. Booyaka.